Holy shit. Okay, so I know you guys have been liking like the edits and stuff that I've been doing lately and how I'm putting more effort into making my videos look nice. But I'm just gonna have to say fuck that today because it's a recap and I want to get this out. I want to be able to talk to you guys about what just happened because in the slightest of terms, that shit was crazy. It was one of the wildest games I've seen in a minute. It reminded me of the Saints vs. Texans season opener, week 1 in 2018. It was just like it in a lot of ways, except for the fact that we weren't trading blows at first. We were just getting curb stomped, but we ended up coming back. Either way, bro, it was a Will Lutz game winner. I shit myself. All of you guys shit yourselves. Falcons fans shit themselves. The entire NFL was shitting themselves watching this game. This game went from one of the worst I've seen in a while to one of the most entertaining games I've watched in a long time. It was really, really nice towards the end, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. But I just wanted to say I'm sorry that this video isn't all dolled up. You probably hear Red Zone playing in the background right now. I'm still watching football, of course. So, but yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this game. I don't know how Atlanta always does it. I literally do not understand. I don't know if it's a coaching thing, a player thing, a comfortability thing. I don't know. But they cannot hold on to a lead to save their lives. Like, it's not even a joke anymore. Like, obviously 28-3 was a joke, but it happens multiple times a season. How the hell does that team blow leads so consistently? I don't know what it is. I literally don't know what it is. But I'll say Atlanta was definitely playing way above what I thought they were going to. They were way better than I thought at the start of the game. They were playing very well. Marcus Mariota looked good. They knew our weakness and was exploiting it. They were exploiting the shit out of it. The New Orleans Saints could not stop Cordarrelle Patterson to save their lives. We could not stop him. He kept running and running and running. Dude had 22 attempts for 120 yards on the ground. That 100-yard rusher streak just got broke by Cordarrelle Patterson. He broke that shit. So we literally couldn't stop him. 5.5 average yards per carry for him and a touchdown on the ground. That's a negative the Saints are going to have to look at. Our run defense was not looking where it needed to be by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, that was mainly during the first half. As soon as the Saints came out the tunnel halftime, things looked a lot different. And let's go ahead and talk about that. So the Saints were down 26-10 at one point. It was actually miserable. People were talking like about everything that's going wrong. Jameis Winston looked really scared, and I know a lot of us noticed this. Some people just didn't want to accept the fact Jameis Winston looked terrified. I understand the offensive line wasn't playing as good as it should have been. A lot of injuries and mixed rotating players can do that, especially when you're just starting the season. But there were plays where he had 5 or 6 seconds in open guys and was too scared to pull the trigger. But like I said, everything just snapped back into reality, and Jameis Winston started absolutely dealing in that second half, dude. The fourth quarter mainly is where the comeback happened. The Saints scored, holy shit, let me see, 17 points in the fourth quarter. 17. 2 Michael Thomas touchdowns, which, oh my God, and a 51-yard Will Lutz game-winning field goal. Holy smokes. Let's go over some stats real quick. Obviously, the game was crazy. The storyline was awesome. Saints come back big and win. Last-second thriller. They almost gave the game to Atlanta when that weird dead ball penalty happened with Marshawn Lattimore at the end and gave them a free 15 yards and let Younghoe Koo take a 63-yard field goal attempt that luckily was blocked by Peyton Turner because ball doesn't lie. And, yeah, so I don't know. It was a really, really interesting game. The refs had a lot of questionable calls, like that really clutch other call on Marshawn Lattimore, the really ticky-tacky holding penalty on, I think it was 3rd and 6 with Drake London. I didn't like that either, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go over stats. Jameis Winston, 23 for 34, 269 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. He got sacked 4 times, which obviously needs to be fixed, but all of that was in the first half. The offensive line came out and played a lot better. He had a 111.0 rating, 11.7 passing yards per pass average, but that went up way big in the fourth quarter. I think he finished the first half with 24 passing yards. So that shows you the disparity between the two halves. Clearly, the Saints just needed some time to get into rhythm because it has been a long time, and this is a very new group that hasn't gelled yet. Taysom Hill had 4 attempts for 81 rushing yards, but I just wanted to say Jameis Winston played good. The second half was vintage. He looked amazing. He was making good decisions. He didn't throw any picks. He looked phenomenal, and that's exactly what we need throughout the rest of the season because if he plays like that, we're unfuckwithable. I just wanted to give a little more spotlight to him. Taysom Hill, rushing, 4 attempts, 81 yards, and a touchdown. He had a 57-yard run, which was insane, by the way. That was what really set us up for that first quarter touchdown where we thought it was going to be a good game, and then we just started getting shit on, but then eventually came back. Alvin Kamara had 9 attempts for 39 yards. They had a pretty decent answer for him. He actually ended up getting hurt. He went to the locker room at the end of the game. I don't know what the situation with that is. I'll update you guys as soon as I find out, but I doubt it's anything serious because he just walked off under his own power with the trainers and went into the locker room. Hopefully it's just a small tweak. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. We just have to wait and see. Sucks, but we have to wait. Mark Ingram had 4 attempts for 22 yards, 5.5 yards per carry. I didn't like that we didn't run with Mark Ingram more. I thought he was having a productive, like he was showing production when he was getting the ball, but we just kind of swayed away. Probably because we were playing from behind most of the time. But I think given the opportunity, he could be a very productive back like the old days. Jameis Winston had 2 rushes for 9 yards, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about these receivers because holy hell, I know all of you guys want to talk about these receivers. Jarvis Landry had a game. He had a quiet, really good game. He had a really nice reception, a 40-yard reception that put the Saints in position to win the game. Extremely clutch. It was an insane catch as well. But totally, he had 9 targets, 7 receptions for 114 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but that yardage is amazing, 114. Michael Thomas, this was the kicker here. This is what won us the game in many facets. He was going absolutely apeshit towards the end. I don't know what happened. Him and Jameis just clicked, and that is exactly like we saw that. 8 targets, 5 receptions, 57 yards, and 2 touchdowns, both on A.J. Terrell's noggin. Both on A.J. Terrell's noggin. And he scored the 2-point conversion on him, too. He absolutely babied the shit out of A.J. Terrell, and that was so fun to watch. He literally destroyed him. But, you know, it is what it is. Juwan Johnson also had a good game. 5 targets, 2 receptions for 43 yards. Chris Olave made his presence known as well with 3 receptions, 3 targets, and 41 yards. He did not drop a pass. There was no incomplete pass in his direction. The receivers played really good. Will Lutz was 2 for 3. He had a missed field goal early on, but redeemed himself, obviously, with a game winner. He contributed 7 points to the total, so that was good. Pete Werner showed so much promise today. Pete Werner, Marcus May, Tyrann Mathieu, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, those are the 5 defensive players in my eyes that absolutely balled out, dude. Pete Werner was insane. He had 11 total tackles, or 12 total tackles, 11 solo tackles, and he had a tackle for loss. Dude played amazing. He also had a sack as well. Marcus May had 10 tackles. 9 of them were solo. Tyrann Mathieu had 7 tackles. Cameron Jordan had 7 tackles and a tackle for loss. Demario Davis had 6 tackles. Bradley Roby even had a sack. The defense looked a lot better than people, including myself, were giving them credit for. Obviously, it was a little bit shaky with the run game. We weren't able to stop Cordarrelle Patterson, but if we saw the offense was playing terrible, the defense was spending a hell of a lot of time on the field. You know how we are playing run-first quarterbacks. We're always super bad playing run-first quarterbacks. I don't know what happens, but they tweak out and can't cover the run at all. So, yeah, I wouldn't look too much into it. We lost the time of possession by like 7 minutes, so that goes into what I was saying about the defense being on the field the majority of the time, but we still won, and that's all that matters. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, I said all that I needed to say. The offense played great towards the end. The defense played great towards the end. If we have that set, that fourth quarter always, I don't know who's beating us, bro, because that shit was insane. Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, and Chris Olave all showed out, and that's all we wanted to see. So, yeah, great game. Atlanta, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that you guys can't hold a lead, so I don't really need to apologize, to be honest. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave what you were saying, your reactions to this game down below. I want to hear all your guys' thoughts on this shit, and I will see you boys in the next one. Adios. I'll be making videos this week, so watch out for them. Deuces.